Cool, man. Let's see if we can't do like one of our normal walk onto set deals. I need to get rid of this. I'll redo the shot. And well, welcome to this shit show again. Oh boy, where do we begin? It's been a year. It has most definitely been a year. Not all of it's been good. Not all of it's been bad. We've certainly had some ups and downs. And I've been through a lot, especially in the last few days, and I wanted to get one last video out there with kind of my thoughts as the year closes out. Because, yeah, 2025 is going out swinging. Really has. I'll pull up a chair here. So, I kind of wanted to talk about the year in a nutshell and pull this down just a little bit. And honestly, a little bit about what's to come, what I'm going through right now, and maybe explain my community post a little bit. Don't get alarmed. All is going to be fine. I just needed a moment. So, first things first, this year to me, we have done a lot, I think, with not very much. I haven't spent a whole heap ton of money this year, which is good. You know, I'm just scrolling through my videos and stuff here, and there's some good stuff here. The first one of the year, the Atomic Linux video, I still have strong thoughts. I would like an opportunity to revisit that this year if everything goes according to plan. It may not. It might. We'll see. I have finally upgraded from... I don't have Starlink necessarily anymore. I'm going to be canceling it here come the new year. I have fiber now. So while I didn't buy the highest package, I bought a pretty good package. And that changes a lot of things. And from what I've seen, while there is still some quality assurance issues, I don't really want to get into it here. I do think the Bazite is better than I originally let it off to be. There's still definitely some issues, and I will kind of go over it in a more Bazite focused video. Stay tuned. I have a little sneak peek of stuff to come. To insert here. And we'll leave it at that. So I've had some other stuff too. My 3D printer, I wanted to talk about 3D printers now for a while. Just haven't had the time or day to do it. Well, I finally have my 3D printer figured out to a point where I can probably do it. And I'm very happy about that, to be honest. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. I've kind of fiddled it to a point where I think it'll be good. And I could actually show you guys a little bit about what 3D printing is about. And you know, I'm going to go up the list here at this point. It looks like I've done this will be my 33rd video, which isn't too bad. Linux Mint proved itself very much so over the last year. It has served me absolutely undeniably well. I've not had a single system crash that wasn't explainable in some way. 99% of my issues weren't even caused by the OS itself. Just very good things, very nice polish, and just good stuff overall. I'd like to talk about it a little bit more in the aspect of the community behind Linux Mint. I do think it's nice to highlight those people, as well as Oh, I don't know. There's the Linux Mint community Discord, which has really been very interesting. Uh, Maybe not the general chat so much, but the more administrative chats seem to be pretty welcoming. There's a guy, Mr. Bones, that does the wiki, has been very welcoming. In fact, welcomed me to write some stuff on AMD ROCm. So we're going to talk about ROCm on the channel this coming year. I don't have a list listed out as to what videos I want to talk about next year, but if you want to sound off in the comments of stuff you'd like to see from the channel, I'll take the free stuff. I might do a video early next year going over some items once I've had a chance to kind of go through my head. But Mint has served me flawlessly, and I've been very, very happy that my operating system is no longer my concern. Now I'm just worrying about tooling and getting the stuff that I need to be able to do what I need to do. I did some acquisitions this year, like the Edgelord and whatnot. The Edgelord is not a good computer. It probably deserves a follow-up. But it wasn't a bad computer because it still does the thing. I mean, me and Nate talked about it. They aren't very good, but they aren't unusable, right? So I would like to do one. I awakened a behemoth that I had in storage. That was another Intel 2nd gen system, and I'd like to actually talk about how much system you really need in, I guess, 2026 now. It was going to be 2025. So some good ideas there of how old can you really go and still do what you need to do. We'll revisit these rambles. I do want to occasionally do some kind of a rambles or a channel update for certain parts of the year. I'd like to make those somewhat quarterly. I can't be trusted to actually do those on time, but we'll try, honestly. I had multiple videos this year with like Libre Wolf, Firefox. You said Touch Grass was another great one. Look, I am going to make occasionally meme-worthy videos. That came out at a particular time where people took things way too seriously. I was on vacation at the time, celebrating an anniversary with my wife, and I saw that, and I was like, I need 5 minutes in the woods. I can post something that'll make a few people chuckle. I'm still going to do that. And I'm still going to call out bullshit. I have hesitated to do another video on Firefox, but I think it's time because it's not my default browser anymore. You look at my taskbar down here. Uh-oh, I'm back to Google Chrome again, and I've got Brave. Yeah, we're going to talk about that eventually. I will eventually move away from Google Chrome, but I use Google services primarily, and so sitting here and telling me not to is kind of a moot point. More how to do things with your system with Mint, I thought was very good. And I think that's something that I do want to keep doing with the channel, is teaching people different parts of the Linux Mint system, teaching them how to use certain tools. I had a couple videos that just didn't make it to the channel due to quality problems, where I backed up people's data and pushed them to Linux. There's one in particular I hope to kind of do a video on. It's hard because I don't have much tangible, and I also respect these people's privacy, but I do have a sister-in-law who is now using Linux, and she doesn't care because all she cared about is, can I do Googles? Can I use this particular piece of software to pull stuff into an Excel-like file and save it? And I was like, yes, you can. And this is how you do it. And she's like, that's all I care about. So that was cool. I got some more hardware related stuff too. I loved doing the Purdue and IU surplus stores. They are not super convenient for me. But I will just tell you that I definitely want to do a few of those. I am trying to clean out the e-waste in my life. You saw earlier this year, I went through a bunch of cleaning out because I had too much stuff, and I still have too much stuff. But I am sitting here trying to get through my shit document as much of it as I can for the channel and get it out of my hair. Because nobody wants this shit. If it was shit that was wanted, I would sell it. In most cases, it's not even worth selling. There's even some stuff at my feet here that I would like to rack mount in this server rack right here and actually have a garage server farm here that I could just do home lab shenanigans in. Not necessarily stuff that was like production's over there, fun spaces here. That would be awesome. Traveling to different sites. I don't know how often I'll do that. I got my wife to agree to this, and I am grateful for that. At the same time, she also wants her privacy. She doesn't necessarily want to be on my videos or in the Linux groups that I'm in and so on and so forth, or live stream to the internet. You know, I get it. I try to respect people's privacy, and I do that with most of the people that I'm around with. I always make sure they're okay. I did like some of these philosophy videos that I did. I don't know that I necessarily did everything correctly, but I do think I am speaking as a fairly level-headed person. I just want my shit to work. I don't necessarily care about all this philosophy that people like to bring to the table. And this is my opinion because this is my experience is reasonable. I didn't do a lot of distro reviews this year, and I think I will up that a little bit this coming year. I'm not going to go crazy. I think reviewing a distro for the sake of reviewing it would just be putting content on the channel. If you guys want that, I can do that. It's not hard. Virtual machines are great. I can even put them on a daily driver or whatnot and be happy. We'll see. We'll see. But the distro bashing videos, I think I will still keep these around because, yeah, I'm going to bash distros that need bashed, and I'm going to praise ones that need praised. I do need to praise more distros than Linux Mint on the channel because there are other distros out there. I don't know. This one did okay with like the look back at an older distro version. Maybe we do some of those, you know, stuff that I grew up with and whatnot. I think it's cool. I don't know how much to really say, but it's kind of cool. This e-waste hardware, I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do that anymore. I've gotten rid of a lot of hardware. We'll see. I've still got more in the closet to get out and show you guys. So for what it's worth, I'm still finishing up my 4-year Linux Cast distro challenge on Linux Mint. I don't see myself going anywhere at the end of that 4 years. I do have at least one distro challenge outside of that I may have to fail because I've had to reinstall, and that was Mint Debian Edition. I want to talk about it, but we got to get there first. And I may have to restart that one. I am probably going to do a Bazite challenge. I've now got it on a system working. I set it back up this afternoon. We're going to see. We're just going to see. Yeah, purging all my tech. That was a hard one to go through. I needed to document it to keep myself honest. And you're not going to see too many of those on the channel because I think I've pretty much got it all done. But, you know, if I come across something that's worth filming, then I'll cover it. You're always going to get your upgrade episodes. Sorry. I know they're not much to say, but I'll do them because I'm doing them anyway, and I think it's fun. This thrift hauls, this one did not do particularly well, and I kind of understand why. I do not have good equipment, and I don't know how to fix that. So for now, I'm going to see if I can get a phone mount or print a phone mount or something to do these better. I love going thrifting, and I love talking about stuff in my gaming collection, stuff that I've collected from thrift stores. The stories that I have for some of the stuff is great, and I want to do that stuff. So server-related content, we'll see. If I can get the garage lab going, sure. Otherwise, that's going to be tough, because that is production for me, that TrueNAS server, and I can't always do that. Um, End of support stuff, that was a once in a lifetime thing. Since I saw Windows 10 be birthed and ended, I kind of wanted to talk about it. Pretty straightforward. Tools, I will talk about tools in the future. There's all kinds of cool tools that you can get into. I'm trying to look at some these rabbit hole ones. I love that. Mint blog, you guys will have to tell me. It gets good views on the channel. I've missed out on a lot of Mint blogs, and they do put them out about once a month or so. And that's my fault. I had a lot of personal conflicts this year that really interfered with me putting out regular videos. That's not going to change a lot, but I can sit down and record a 8-minute video with very minimal editing for something like that. So if that's still cool, I'll still do those. These rabbit holes like this are great. It's just, again, me showing my frustration with all these different tools and all the stupid shit you got to go through to get them working. I could do this forever, and I might do some more, but I'm going to, spare them out. Another one of those, software religion ones. I had to do that one. That was so funny to do. And that's pretty much all of them. I'll be starting a new playlist next year to be season 4. Yes, I have only been on YouTube for 2 years and I have 4 seasons. Don't ask. I'm doing seasons based upon years, not necessarily like physical, like post date. So there's definitely some cool stuff in there. If you want to go through that playlist or whatever, I leave those playlists up. I've definitely could do better for some of the content on the channel. You're staring at some right now where I need a camera out here that doesn't suck. And your choices are literally laptop webcam or this. And this isn't necessarily any better. It is so much worse blowed out. Like, I don't know how this is so bad. I'll leave it here for a while. Why not, right? We'll get a comparison. You guys can tell me which is better, webcam or C720 that's been left out in the garage too long. It's pretty bad. So in terms of 2026, I'm not planning on any major milestones or anything like that. I don't see myself doing any big trips. Maybe that'll change. We'll see how life works out. Right now, I am returning to the office at work, and that means that channel content is going to basically be a as I have time basis to get done. That means I'm not necessarily going to be able to put things out on time. I'm not sticking to a schedule. If I am not busy one afternoon and I put some notes down, I go home and I record 4 videos, I'll just upload 4 videos. Like, I could schedule them, I guess, but I'll just put out some content if I've got time. If I don't, the channel will just be here. You can watch some of the old stuff. On top of that, we've had some stuff go on personally. I've had a lot of family issues in the background that I'm not really going to talk about on the channel unless something comes up that I have to address. But it's my own personal life, you guys. I don't mind sharing a little bit of personal stuff, but it's my life. Go away. No offense. There's definitely been some stuff recently that's really put a damper on things. I may take the month of January off just to readjust. Like I said, I'm returning back to the office. I got an hour commute that I got to get used to on a regular basis. And then I got to work a full 8-hour day and then drive home. And when I didn't have to drive to and from, that's 2 hours of the day I'm losing that you guys aren't going to get. And on top of that, like I said, having some family problems. I'm hoping things will change, but we have lost one of our cats while I was going through the effort of renovating my wife's office. She had some soft spots on the floor I needed to fix. And I decided to do it here at Christmas. While the hole was in the floor, I didn't lock the cats up correctly. I take responsibility for that. And because we didn't do our due diligence, one of our cats got out. And it has been now over 4 days. We have not found her. It is bitterly cold outside. There's been snow. I don't know if we're going to find her or not. That's kind of rough because I feel like I fucked up, even though it's a team effort. And, you know, life happens too. It's a hard way to learn things. We do know as of 2 days ago she was still alive. But because she was spotted, we just can't get a hold of her. She's just been hard to get. And that's tough. And I don't know what to say more about that other than that's kind of put a damper on things right now. It's put some projects behind the 8 ball, has drained the mental battery a little bit. And I just did Christmas and now New Year's. I'm about to go have some the good stuff and celebrate the new year, the new shit show being imported in. I'm hoping it'll be better. I don't have high hopes, but I have some personal goals that I'd like to see next year. You know, case in point, I wanted to learn a computer language I don't currently know. So for some of you that don't know, and I'm not going to get into it because we're already at a 20-minute video and this is too long for me. I know a little bit of C, I know a little bit of Python. I'd like to learn something other than Bash to code in. Not necessarily going to make anything crazy. I just want to learn. I want to keep my mind open because my mind gets very much garbage collected at work and I come home and I have no brain left and I want to change that. I want to expand my mind a little bit, you know, here and there. And some of that I did through this YouTube channel. You know, I sat here and I learned how to do content creation on Linux. I learned an operating system. I learned how to use Davinci Resolve, Gimp, that sort of thing. And I still want to continue to learn and continue to produce better content. At the same time, that needs to fit into my life. So there will probably be times where there won't be content because I'm just flat out tired. And I got personal goals too, you know, like I want to be able to, I told my wife, I don't know if I'll make a bingo card like she did, but I want to finish a video game and I want to do one co-op game with us finished. We got the, I think it's the Simpsons game for PS3 that we said we were going to finish a long time ago. We never have. And then I want to pick a game and finish the campaign, finish the single player campaign and beat it. I haven't done that in a long time and I've got a huge library of games. Excuse me, motherfucker. Damn refrigerator. Yeah. Just something I want to do. I don't have high hopes for this year. AI, RAM crisis, and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm going to keep trying to make content. I did say I was going to re-expand my content back onto Odyssey. That will depend on how much of a pain in the ass Odyssey wants to be. We will see. My plan is to start re-uploading on Odyssey. I'm hoping I can do a manual sync and resync and then just re-upload from there. I'm going to shut down and probably remove the Rumble channel. It got no traction at all, and it's just all political garbage over there. And if you know me, I'm not a hugely political man. So get your shit out of here and go away. And I just didn't understand that platform, and I just didn't like it at all. I don't know if I'll shit can it or not. I probably will just leave it alone. I don't know if I'll even re-upload on Odyssey. I said I would. That's my hope. But with that, I'm going to try to keep this pretty close. We're getting close to 25 minutes, which is pretty funny for 2025 video. Last one. I'm not going to do any real editing on this one. I'm just going to upload it as is and whatever. Hopefully the audio sounds okay. I've got my fancy microphone and whatnot. I just hope you guys will stick with me. You know, I will push through. I know I had to delay the racing sim video that I was going to put out, and I really did want to get that out before the end of the year, and just between personal life and everything going on right now, it's just not happening. It may be a month or two before I'll finish that project, and that may be when you see the next video. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. For now, I'm going to sign off. I wish you all had a Merry Christmas, and I hope that you all have a wonderful New Year's, and I will catch you in 2026. Cheers, everyone.